Isn't it the best opening sequence ever? Still to this day. 9 episodes later, still haven't over it. Welcome back, guys, to Legends of Tomorrow After Show. It's been how long? I feel like we got left behind.
Yes.
Not just them three, but all of us and all of you guys. We all got left behind waiting, but we are back. Thank you very much.
I didn't know what to do with myself.
Literally, for the last 3 weeks. And then we had no Flash either, no Arrow either. So I was just kind of, on my Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays, I was just sat at home like...
Twiddled your thumbs?
Nothing
We're texting each other like, when are we going to come back?
What are you doing? What's going on? Guys, welcome back. Like we said, it's a pleasure to have you here at the Stream.tv in Hollywood, California. And my overview of this episode is that there's no place like home. Because apparently none of this like know where home is. So let's jump right into things with somebody who tried to go home, but unfortunately it didn't go down too well for her. Sarah leaves to go back to Nanda Parbat. And I mean, Sarah, was that really your best decision to leave Ray and Kendra? I mean, the three of them, they were like running after the ship once they got left behind. Like, we have the photo of them here as well. Like, look at them. I really was hoping they were going to create a nice little threesome. They were going to chill out and they were going to wait until the Waverider came back. But no, Sarah leaves. Sarah just goes back to her League of Assassins because that's home, right?
Can you blame her, though?
Yes.
And she didn't go right away. So to her credit, you know, there's 10 weeks that they decided to stay, or it was over 10 weeks. They had 10 weeks for one time, and then they brought us up back, and we see them kind of like, he's trying to build the time, what was it? The
Time beacon.
Time beacon.
Beacon of hope. Shout out to Arrow yesterday.
Yeah.
But you know, so you thought her going back was a good idea to League of Assassins?
I didn't say it was a good idea, but I just said, can you blame her? Because she's basically the third wheel of this obvious love thing that's happening between Kendra and Ray, okay? So then she's like, forget it, I'm not even gonna be here anymore, because all they're doing is waiting and building a life together, and it's not with her. So she's like, frick it, I'm gonna leave. I didn't want to say the other words, sorry.
This is PG. We're keeping it PG.
She said, I'm going to leave, and that's the only place that she knows that's home, technically.
Right.
You know, that she knows is for real, that's concrete and solid. So honestly, I don't blame her.
So do you think it was Sarah going back out of her own raw emotions? Because obviously, like you mentioned as well, we did have Rip let us know that when you do get stuck in an alien time for too long, you kind of fall into a time shift, which makes you forget about who you were previously and gets you embedded into that time. So do we think that it was Sarah's own intuition in herself, or do you think it was Sarah being in the time shift and being in an alien time?
I think it was both. I think because like you said, that was the only place that she knew as home. She knew Ra's al Ghul. You know,
little column A, little column B.
Right. I think she went over there to see like what would happen. Hey, there's some people who I kind of know. Let's see if I can set up a little base. But I think how she turned and became really loyal back to Ra's was the time shift.
But she was so adamant that the whole crew was like dead and they were done and they're never coming back for us.
This is coming from a person who's lost a lot in her life.
Right.
You know, so for her to just deal with it that quickly and be like, you know what, they're dead.
It's normal for her.
Yeah, it's normal for her, and it's probably easier because then the next step is, okay, now I move on. Now I move on, because you're wasting time when you just like sit there and wait and wait and wait. And
well, they've got everything but time. Guys, what do you think? Do you think it was a good idea for Sarah to go back to Nanda Parbat and to try and reinvent herself into the League of Assassins? And for somebody who's as clever, she looks so good.
Oh my gosh, that's such a good photo.
Great shot of her. She looked incredible back in her League of Assassins career. It was great to see her dressed up in the 9s again. Yeah. But do you not think that somebody as impressive and as intelligent and somebody who's been alive for thousands of years, Ra's al Ghul, wouldn't have noticed or wouldn't have had some kind of like, oh, this chick's the tits. Like, she just ripped ass when she came in. This chick's the tits.
I haven't heard that
You ever heard
before.
that? When
might be a British thing.
The tits, okay. Yeah. No, I got that. This chick is the
tits. We'll tweet that out.
Hashtag the tits.
Well, but Ross did say he acknowledged that she was way ahead of she was way ahead of the game, but he thought, well, you know, I'm sure he thought there was something up, but maybe the future thing wasn't exactly what his first mind was.
I think he was waiting to see.
Right.
Because he singled her out, you know, a lot.
And saying like Talia, this younger.
Yeah, look to her. So I think he knew something was up, but he's not going to be like, what is this? Time travel! You know what I mean?
Right.
I think he was waiting to figure out an answer, you know?
What is it? Time travel!
They're playing a charades game and they're just waiting for it.
Yeah, he's just waiting for the perfect moment to just chop off her head and be like, I knew you were lying to me. Guys, like we said, what do you think? Do you think Ra's al Ghul was a little bit too easy in allowing her into the League of Assassins? Use the hashtag.
Yeah.
Loads Lotus. We got you right here. We weren't going to use Legends of Tomorrow after show because that is literally 140 characters. And you would have nothing else.
Yeah.
So remember to use Lotus. But who did Sarah have to leave? We're going to roll over into our Kendra and Ray. Who liked a little bit of Rendra or Kay or hashtag Hawk Adam? How are we doing this? Come on, I've been waiting.
Those.
I've been waiting the last 3 weeks.
Hate those.
I've been waiting the last 3 weeks for this, okay?
I like
This is for
Cisco
me.
when he gives out the names. I'm
yeah,
gonna leave
yeah.
that to him.
Yeah.
Try, okay? I just wanted to try.
Hate those names.
No, for
valiant
real.
effort.
I'm asking you guys right now, what are we hashtagging, what are we shipping this? Because Ray and Kendra don't mesh too well. Rendra?
Rendra.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Kay?
Yeah.
It's boring and it sounds like one person.
What?
Hawk Adam? Really doesn't work. And Adam Girl? Again, it just sounds like a really bad hero.
That could
Yeah, yeah.
work.
Adam Girl? Really?
I could,
that was the
I
one
could
you-
do that.
Because it
Adam
had the
Girl.
word girl in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What I'm saying. So Ray and Kendra's relationship in this, obviously that was a bit of a heart-wrencher for Ray to a point, because Ray really does love this girl. And like he says, he's never, this is why I like Ray's, like you also mentioned as well,
Right.
Ray loved this time. The way Mick loved, what was it, the 70s? Yeah, it was the 70s of Mick. This was Ray's time. This was where Ray shone. This is where Ray really enjoyed himself. And he enjoyed it with Kendra. And he even mentioned that he never thought he'd be able to build a life outside of Anna, his previous relationship in Arrow, which they lost in the, what's it called? The Uprising. Just in case any of you guys don't watch Arrow as well, that's where Anna, his ex, comes from. So how did you think Ray's and Kendra's relationship built for each of them? Not just them together, but for Ray and then for Kendra.
Well, quick correction, the Mick was 2046.
Yeah.
Remember the Star City?
Oh, you're correct.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, brother.
So just kind of
Glad you were listening. Appreciate it.
But like I said, yeah, I think this was Palmer's kind of timeline. This was what he really liked. He was a professor. It was almost like he was Professor Stein, being the one that all the students were paying attention to him. But he did, of course, really, he was starting to fall in love with Kendra. And as we saw, the ring almost came out. That was at the beginning, at the end. So, I mean, and she said she does love him, and she was wondering why he moved out of the house without telling her, at least in the ship.
Can we just see Ray looking a little like Clark Kent again? Can we just see Brandon Ross looking like Clark Kent once more with his glasses?
Bring it
You know
back.
why he played
Totally.
Superman, and he referred back to his Eagle Scouts at the beginning, didn't he? So it was cute to see Ray. Well, not Ray, Brandon himself coming back. What was my last bit after that? Like you said, Kendra falling in love with him, that we got to see at the end. That was a big move.
Yeah.
We thought Carter was going to walk in, didn't we?
Yeah,
I
that was
thought
going to be the perfect.
Carter is
just
coming
walks in.
back.
Oh, Carter's coming back. 100%.
Carter's coming back,
Yes,
and it's going to be
100%.
super awkward now that they did the dirty on the ship.
Yeah.
So can't let that go unnoticed.
Yeah.
Just had to stick it out there.
Yeah.
But no, I think
Tatiana's adamant that they slept together on the ship. Ship sex.
There was a quickie right there.
Quickie on the ship.
Quickie
That
on the
was it.
ship.
It's a quickie on the ship.
But I think it's easy for Ray to fall in love with Kendra because this is a whole new life. It's like he started over completely. Like everything is erased.
Yeah.
So
Right.
only the past is in his head. And
Technically in the future.
The future. And then, so he's starting over, and he can do it with her. So it's just like a clean slate. And I think he was getting so used to that. you
Yeah.
know.
Like I said, the one thing I'm worried about though is when Carter comes back. How do you think that's going to go down between Ray? Are we going to see an Adam Hawkman fight? Hawkman?
Whoa.
Hawkman. Are we
Yeah,
going to see
yeah.
an Adam Hawkman fight? Because that would be
That'd be
awesome.
pretty BA. Yeah.
And hopefully a BA badass.
yeah, badass. I was like,
Lazy to say badass.
I know. I just,
Sean.
I'm afraid your mom's watching, so I want to make sure we're
Not
keeping
my
it-
mum you have to worry about. It's all the younger children we may have
It's
out
my
there.
It's true.
And it's Tatiana.
Yeah. My mom in
why.
Hawaii. Woo.
Sorry, Mom.
No.
My mum in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Everyone feel bad. So first Adam was in Hawaii.
Yeah,
now
yeah,
Rory's
then my
mother
mom's-
is in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Can we get me out to Hawaii, please? I've never been and I would love to go.
Bring that next. Yeah, I mean, wait, what were we talking about again? Hawaii.
Hawaii.
That's it. As soon as you think about
like,
Hawaii, you just go on a mental
Yeah,
vacation.
without that, without
Ray
that.
and Hawkman's fight. Do we think we'll get to see a fight between them? Do you guys think or would like to see a fight between
Right.
Ray and Hawkman or the
Well,
Adam and
I
Hawkman?
think also what we were talking about this whole show, at least for this episode, it was fantastic. There was a lot of things going on, but there was no particular themes that were associated with everything that we usually have. So there's a lot of fodder for these next, storylines with Carter coming back with,
Yes.
Ray.
Jonah Hex coming in.
Yeah, and John
I'm so
Hex. Yeah,
excited for
so
Jonah
this is gonna be really exciting. And I think, of course, we're gonna get probably some kind of confrontation. We'll
Between
see,
the
like,
two of them?
between the two of them.
It's not going to be a fight.
You don't think so?
No. I
No
don't
Batman
think
versus
they're
Superman
gonna,
kind of thing going on?
No, I don't think they're going to fight
Civil
each
War
other
as
at
well.
all.
Right.
But I think it definitely will be a
So
problem.
you think they're just going to talk it out?
Well, maybe a couple yells and yes, backhand maybe, but not,
think
not like
Ray-
a, oh, I'm Kendra, give her, you know.
I
Like, don't
think
it's-
Ray will try and talk it out and apologise a bit like, I'm sorry, but I think Hawkman is not going to take this too nicely. Even the way that he tried to get her to fall back in love with him, like, it was a bit aggressive.
No, I don't
And now
think he
it's
was that aggressive. Honestly, it's just me. I don't think he was that aggressive. I mean, obviously, he has a lot of passion for her, but I don't think he was.
Quite a few
Passion,
years of
aggression,
passion.
the fine line between passion
yeah,
and aggression.
but I don't think he went overboard at all.
Well,
Just me.
guys, what do you think? Do we think we're going to get a fight between Adam and Hawkman? Use the hashtag. Load us. I love
Right.
we're going to get this perfectly one day so that as I do this, it's going to
Oh.
pop up with me. But talking about passion, talking about somebody that's got a lack of passion for everybody else on the team, and the biggest shock to all of us, Rory was Kronos. My question is, real quick, before we get into Rory being Kronos, was Rory then technically Kronos the one that was hunting them down before Rory became Kronos?
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
I see what
so
you're saying.
Rory
Right.
just became Kronos in that time when they left him, and then the Time Masters found him, and then he's the Kronos from then onwards, or was he actually the Kronos when they were going through time?
Good
That's a really
question.
interesting one, yeah, because
Yeah.
like then he would have had to been around, of course.
But they were
it's,
fighting, like Kronos himself was fighting Rory at one point,
Right.
wasn't he? When they were in the
Yeah.
forest,
Yeah,
and Rip actually went to find, who was the Time Master's name? Somebody give me the Time Master's name when we got on the YouTube chat.
Rip's like mentor.
Oh.
Yeah,
and then
but
it was
that's what
Rory
I'm
who
saying.
he
Rory
said that was
there,
going to be
he
a
was
trap.
His backup.
he
Yeah,
said it was
exactly.
gonna
And
be a
Rory
trap,
was
so-
his backup. So do we think that
Interesting.
Kronos was Rory reversed?
Like how long he's been,
time
yeah.
Very
travel.
Yeah.
possible. It's very possible.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking.
I mean, well, we had mentioned that he
You
could be
can
like
tell we're all
there's a
flabbergasted.
I know,
yeah,
we're all
like we
like,
don't know what's going
oh, my
on. But like
brain's
there's
melting.
we said that Kronos could be multiple, like there could be multiple
More than one
identities.
Kronos.
So that'd be interesting to see how this is going to play out. If we find out he was all along.
Or if they're different.
Or they're different
Kronoses.
ones, yeah.
Yeah, because obviously the Time Masters kind of turned him into this. They say they made him become Kronos. They say that they influenced his decisions. Where did they take him? You looked
Vanishing
it up
point.
for us. So Rory did a little bit of
Yeah.
research. If you guys don't know what Vanishing Point is,
Yeah, so the vanishing point, essentially, it's a point, from what I was reading, it's a point where it's basically almost the end of time where everything is going to be just collapsing on top of itself. Time
like
is no
another
more.
Big
So
Bang.
think
It's
of
just-
like a hurricane and you're in the eye of storm and everything seems just
Dead silent.
Dead silent.
got it.
And that's
Time
it.
That is what
Master
Vanishing
Druce.
Time. Did you just get that on the YouTube
Yeah,
chat?
yeah.
Who is it? Give him a shout out. Can you find
Let me
it? Whilst you're
see.
finding it, we'll-
Susan Stenko.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you, Susan.
This is
Yeah.
why we have
Time
the live
messages.
YouTube chat, guys. This is why you have to hashtag us. This is why you have to get us on Twitter. This is why you have to be a part of it so that you can help us out. Because obviously, Time Master Druce, I was never going to remember that.
Me neither.
I just wasn't. The
Yeah.
amount of stuff that goes on in this show, absolutely no chance. So how do we feel like about Rory now becoming part of the team again? Do we think he's been betrayed? He's betrayed them once. He's been betrayed by them enough times, so maybe he's not going to become the good guy again? Or do you think they're going to take this Kronos Rory out of him and come back to Mick Rory?
I wanted Rory to become a good guy. Like I didn't want to believe that he was going to cross over, but now that he has,
Right.
and he was basically brainwashed at this vanishing point.
Yes.
So
And
then,
living many centuries.
And he's become
like
a great
lifetimes.
fighter
And
now,
he's become a
by
great
the way,
fighter,
so there's
right.
going to be so sick seeing him in the
He's
future.
amazing.
Yeah.
But now that he's back, and for them to be like, oh, we're going to reform him again, I almost feel really bad for him because think about it. He had his way of thinking, and then he was brainwashed, and now they're going to take him back and brainwash him again? Like, what
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
heck?
But it's for the greater good. The greater
But
good.
come on, the man's
What movie
mind
is
can
that
only
from?
take so much, you know?
Well, the
That's-
guy
yeah.
ain't got much of a mind already, has he?
But
But he's gotten
he
smarter.
does
He's gotten a
now.
lot
He's
smarter.
Well, now he's gotten
Lots-
smarter.
He's
Yeah,
not just
yeah.
like,
Originally.
Rory, you know, like,
Right, brute
What
force.
is it? What is it? Just do it once more.
Rory.
I'm Rory. Horrifying.
There we go.
Horrifying.
That's how I picture him in my mind.
So guys, make sure you let us know, where do we think Rory's going to be moving on with the team in the future? Do we think he is going to be, they're going to reform him like you say, and reform his brain and bring him back,
Poor Rory,
bring him
man.
back to
Right.
the legends?
Gosh.
Nick,
Okay.
you got to wait until I do that next. Guys, make sure to use that. He's never going to know.
I think,
It will work.
I think they are because of.
You think they're going to bring him back in?
I think it is. Well, because remember how White Canary, she mentioned that she wants for herself to know that that's possible.
Oh, good
So like
catch.
if that doesn't happen, then she's gonna feel like she's a lost cause. So then it becomes this whole thing. And so I think it's going to take time. And of course, we've got many episodes to go. The storyline can play out a lot of different ways. But I think eventually, in some manner or fashion, either we're going to see it this season or season 2.
Here we go. You heard it here from Rory. Rory, probably now, head, done.
There we go.
Right, now we're going into Nanda Parbat, and we're going to take a look at Rachel. It was so wonderful to see him back on the screen again, and I love the haircut. Looked good.
It's good.
Looked good, didn't he?
Yeah.
You feeling that, Tatiana?
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
That your kind of guy?
It's good.
A rugged kind of guy?
Yeah,
or,
yeah. I'll go for that.
That's your cup of tea?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel him. But brilliant Rachel. It's lovely to see him. And by the way, let's see the team captured first before I say this next section. So the team got captured because they were walking through having a marital spout.
What kind of a shot is this? It's like a butt shot.
Yeah, they've all got great asses. What do you want to say about that, huh?
Why'd you pick that photo?
Shout out.
We just wanted to
them.
showcase.
Come on. What do you want to do about that? Because it's a nice representation of them. We've got Sarah in the back. We've got Rachel Gould both looking over them, and then we can see the 4 of them stood there. And I love how Jax is like the only one who's in like casual clothes.
Right.
Like Martin Stein looks like he's ready to go
That's
to a
true.
university whenever, but Jax looks like he's ready to go hit the club. Like no matter what, all the time. He's always looked great.
like,
So
"This is
Franz
good
and
attire."
costume designers, shout out to you guys. But how great did the team kick ass when they're together? Like, that was the best, in my opinion, the best working together of the team in a fighting situation. Because they cracked Kronos down.
Totally.
Yeah,
Like,
they did.
big time.
I think
So-
Roz was even like, oh, damn.
Yeah,
Like, where's my posse?
just
Like,
say-
we're all getting them taken out right
Rach's
now.
excuse, is that what you're about to bring up
No,
right
I was
now?
gonna
Oh, what
say,
did
like,
you say?
everybody's fighting, and he's just, like, casually walking around in the back.
Right.
Hands
He's just
behind
like,
his back, like,
I have
chill,
plans
dude.
now. I
Let's
want to
just
see how this plays. But
goes.
I mean,
Exactly.
Kronos or Rory was just taking out his team one by one, and he's just like, my archers and swordsmen, they can't do
Mean
shit.
nothing. But I love that part when they were like, Rip was kind of like, you're not going to be able to stop him. You need us. And then Rage pulls his sword out after all of his henchmen are dead, breaks him open, and he goes, well, you brought him here, so you're going to have to kill him. I was like, yeah. Good excuse there, Rach. Like trying to play it off cool, like, oh yeah, I'm not going to kill him because this is my temple, this is my Nanda Parbat, and you brought him here, so you kill him. So Rach, do it yourself, brother. But what was the last one? Last but not least. Before we move on to Snart losing his hand, Rachel Gould let Sarah go from the League of Assassins. No one gets released from the League of Assassins. So
A little bit of grace there.
a little bit of grace. Do we think that was just a nice gesture from Rachel Gould?
Well, I think it kind of falls under his code. I don't know why I put that in quotations.
Because
but
his
code.
her soul was split, right?
Her soul was split.
Right.
Between her.
Between
Because he said
being
you have the ability to
merciful-
kill,
Right.
but yet you're
The
conflicted.
desire,
Yeah.
you're
Right.
conflicted
So I
between
think
you have
that
the
kind of-
ability to kill, but the
that kind of
desire
falls-
to commit mercy.
Right,
Commit
right.
mercy to give mercy
Right.
to people.
Right.
So I think that kind of falls under.
But here's the
his
interesting
code.
thing, though. Now that she has been on the
face.
docket for the League of Assassins, when he sees her later on, why does he say not to come in if she's already conflicted and he's already let her go from that rule?
Exactly. So as we saw with the whole League of Assassins script, when they put everybody's name down, she was in there. What is it? Taya al-Safir? Wow, did I get that right?
Pretty good. That's
I
pretty
think
good.
that's close.
Taya
I mean,
al-Safir? It sounded like that. I don't know how well I did. I
Allah
probably
in there.
butchered that massively.
Let us know on YouTube.
You made me forget what I was about to say.
Sorry.
Now. Taya, that was
Taya
it.
al-Shafir.
When she, Taya al-Shafir, thank you very much. When she like kind of signed into the League of Assassins in 1958, isn't that then going to pop up or appear in whatever year it was when she
That
did
she
it in
actually came.
Arrow when she actually got there? And then she also tells him about naming his daughter Nissa. People have got to work out time traveling,
That's why
okay?
I'm not sure.
People need to take a page out of the Back to the Future movies. You guys need to watch it and realise that you cannot tell these people what's going to happen in the future because it affects everything, Sarah.
Right.
So, guys, what do you think? Do we think Rachel Gould is going to maybe catch on to that in 40 years' time when Sarah does actually try and attend the League of Assassins for the first time, but the second time again? Time travel is really starting to do my head in, and being on this show, honestly,
the
world would be
third,
brain dead after the
Second,
next couple
he
of
came
seasons.
back, and then they, yeah.
It just,
Right.
it all goes to at some point, okay? But Snart. This was a hot, I a little emotional for this. When Snart was kind of handcuffed there and he was really like,
Scary.
as you like, go on Rory, Rory can say it.
All right,
'cause
all
Rory
right.
had a good little,
I
Rory
did
had
have a good little
one-liner,
laugh
so
here.
let's have Rory.
All right. So I was just saying because, Cold was finally, he was having a meltdown. He was all thawed out.
I love that you use meltdown as well. You didn't even
I had to
mean
get both
do
of them in
that,
there at the
did
same
you?
time. I was like, I don't usually get this moment, so I'm gonna take it with
for
pride.
it.
He did. We always see Snart as the very suave, the very smooth, the very calculated and sophisticated kind of guy. I was going to say villain, but of course he's not really a villain anymore. But when he was handcuffed and he found out that that was Rory, like, he lost it. Like, he was sweating. He was like, you could see it in his face. Wentworth Miller, shout out to you, brother. Brilliant acting.
Love you.
Bow down to you, Wentworth. But how do we feel about that? And then the regeneration process on Gideon, it was
so
brilliant
cool.
to see his hand come back
So
like
cool.
that, wasn't it?
And he's just like,
Of course
ow.
there's regeneration.
I
on the
thought,
ship.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was gonna like get some awesome like Captain Hook kind
That's
of
what I
thing
was
that
hoping for.
like
Or the
Adam-
gun,
was
the gun
hoping
would be his
like-
hand.
anything,
Just like,
just
Yeah,
like almost like a
that's cool.
cyborg kind of
yeah,
thing.
that'd be. I would
no.
love that gun more as
We
my
only
hand.
get regeneration, guys. That's it.
We only get
So
regeneration.
stupid.
And I love
Oh,
how he
man.
says, because he took a DNA sample of all of them before they got into the ship.
Right.
Why am I only finding this out now? Well, because you're the first person to lose a limb. I was like,
Makes
it's
sense.
fair. Makes sense. Shall we quickly throw it to a break? Last real thing before we go away. Rip knew the whole time that the only way they could kill Savage is if they go to 2147. It's been how many episodes?
And here I
9
was
episodes,
just
Rip?
I was just on the RIP team. Like I just got on the RIP
You
team.
just got on the boat, the
Right.
ship, should I say?
on the yeah, I just got on the ship and I was like, oh, okay,
RIP
RIP.
ship.
Now I kind of like it because I haven't liked RIP like the entire season.
Right. He keeps changing his mind.
But now, and then I was like, oh wow, his backstory, and I get to see more about his wife, and it's so sad. And now he's like, oh, we can kill him over here.
But they know that
Right.
that was like the pinnacle point, like that is the final chance they could have done it.
So what is this
and
all
that
training?
they would die if they fail.
Yeah, I guess
This
that's
is all
a good-
training up to this pinnacle point.
Yeah, I
in a
guess so.
sense.
And I feel like they shouldn't go. Well, I was going to say they shouldn't go for him without Carter, because Carter's a pivotal point in Savage.
Yes.
Pretty much like the other half of the reason why Savage is pretty much still running rabid right now.
Right.
So I didn't think they would have gone without Kendra, but who knows? Who knows what we're going to be looking forward to? Guys, feel free to hit us up. You know we're going to be hashtag. God damn it, you're close, Nick. We're getting there, though. Like I said, guys, we're just going to take a quick 1.5-minute break, so don't go anywhere. We've got some awesome fan art, a couple fan questions, and questions from you guys. Have a good one. Have a wee, have a cup of tea. See you in a bit.
Can't forget that.
My dad loves it.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live. In case you missed it live.
Oh, you'd want to take the time travel the whole way back.
Oh my God. Figure that out.
We had a crazy vampire threesome.
And you can't unsee that. That's burned into my brain now.
I was like,
How did you get here? No. Look at me. I'm dancing.
You know why we saying yes. You know why we saying yes.
He was like, yeah, I'll tell you whatever you want.
He is quite something.
And we're like, ooh, inseparable. She was shadier than Sunglass Hut with Ray-Bans on sale, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it wasn't. So come on.
You just went to a totally different direction on that.
When a billionaire goes broke, it means he's got like $4 million.
Hold the phone,
Hold on.
bro.
I found her to be deliciously out of control.
Oh man, looking forward to this fight.
Ooh, they about to get together. Watch, it's about to go down.
Somebody better take some pictures of this.
She just slapped the crap out of Nick.
And he's just
It's all good.
You can't count anything out.
Oh.
It's been another awesome night at the stream.tv,
always
guys.
awesome.
Thank you for joining us, you guys.
Yes.
We love you.
Hey guys, thank you very much for coming back to the Legends of Tomorrow after show here at the Stream.tv in Hollywood, California. You know what I didn't do at the beginning of this show? I didn't introduce my co-host, and that is massively inappropriate of me. So, Rory, say what's up.
What's up, guys?
Tatiana, say what's up.
Hello.
You guys can see right here where you can follow them both on Twitter, so you can see all the mischief that they get. Is this a Star Wars?
It is. This is Han Solo.
This is Han Solo. Why is it I know?
I know.
So this has a sadder story, but I don't know if I want to say that one. But there was a matching. It was a matching one. There was Princess Leia, and then there was Han Solo, and the Princess Leia is no more. But I have to keep the Han Solo. I think
Was that a spoiler alert? Or
That was yeah. I guess to be continued.
To be continued.
To be continued. There we go.
It's like an old 90s cartoon kind of thing,
Right.
isn't it? Guys, as you guys may or may not know, you probably should know because we say it all the time. You guys know where to find us on Facebook, following the DC Legends of Tomorrow After Show Legends family. That's our group where you can come post all your different kinds of fan art, comments, questions, theories, rumors, news, whatever it is that you want so that we can use it as content for this show. So make sure you go and join that. Thank you, Lance, for setting that up. And in case you haven't joined Lance's group yet, the one who set up our After Show group, it is one of the biggest communities online. It's DC Legends of Tomorrow discussing the TV show. I don't know why I'm doing this with my hands. I apologize. It's probably very distracting. But like I said, guys, you have to go and join that because you guys we just talk about everything Legends, and it's fun. You get to find out news. We get to find out what we found out today. And there's going to be a new character coming in the final season. I know everybody's guessing Booster Gold, but is that just because of the way the actor looks? Because don't get me wrong, he definitely would play Booster Gold.
That has a huge part to do with it.
Hey, Ezra Miller's playing the Flash in a movie, okay, so it has nothing to do with looks anymore. No shout, no digs, no harm. I'm just saying, okay? I'm just using it as an example. So thank you, Lance. Like I said, guys, make sure to go follow them Facebook groups. We're all in there as well. Before we do that, let's throw it to a few. I'm gonna do fan art real quick.
All right,
Do it, yeah.
Yes.
Obviously, as you guys may or
ones.
may not know as well, Stevenson Johns is an absolute talent. It's unbelievable. Tatiana forgot her mug today. It's in the car.
I'm sorry.
So unfortunately, she couldn't show us how to mug it up. But look at this between Sarah and Hawk Girl.
So good.
This guy is so... He does this today.
And it's so detailed.
He does this... That's what I'm saying. He
Yeah.
does this... And this is all with pen and hand drawn. Like, I can't do anything that good with my hands.
neither.
I can do Hangman, and that's it.
That's pretty good. A circle's kind of hard, you know.
Yes.
To get that
I agree.
perfect circle.
I agree.
Guys, make sure to go follow Stevenson Johns on Twitter. It's at Stevenson Johns 1, just the number 1, not the word spelt out. And of course, you guys can visit his gallery online at www.artpal.com, where he's selling all of his art. You can get it put onto a mug it up.
Yes.
You can get it put onto a canvas. You can get it just printed out as a normal picture. There's so many different things that you guys can get done with that art. And not only is it Legends, it's also for Flash, Arrow. He did some Batman vs Superman stuff. He did some Wonder Woman stuff.
And if you send him your photo, he'll turn you into a superhero.
Yes. So I have one as me as Heatwave, looking a bit more beefy.
And mine's Batgirl.
My dream was Superman. He did me as Superman. So he's still my best friend for that, brother. Right. Thank you very much, Stevenson Johns. Like I said, guys, make sure to go follow him on Twitter to keep up with all his work. Let's take it over to Twitter. Let's get some live questions going.
So here, the first question from Real Michael Chow. He's always active here.
Always there. Thank you.
If there was an episode where Savage formed a team of his own, who would you pick to join him?
If you hit the photo, it will go big.
There we go.
There we go. Cool. So who have we got there? We've got Crump.
Yeah.
We've got Deathstroke. We've got Ra's al Ghul Dark, and the other Firestorm, the anti-Firestorm. I'm bringing Valentina back. Just because she's amazing.
She was.
That's all I have to say. What are you saying? That's
I'm
all
not
I have to say.
I'm not
Right.
drooling over any guy over here. Do you guys?
I'm not drooling over her.
Well, okay, if we're going for girls, I really liked the B girl from Arrow.
Emily Kinney, please. She's like 12.
But she's so darling. Like, very. Okay, anyway,
This is
she's
weird.
just cute.
It's weird now.
Who's your out of them 5?
Okay.
Out of
Dark.
them 4. Dark. Who's
Wait,
yours?
I wasn't paying
Can you
attention.
want to see it here, real quick?
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
So sorry. Oh.
Who's your pick? Oh, thank you very much, Nick.
Oh.
Race,
okay, I'll have to
Dark,
go with you.
Deathstroke, Valentina.
I'll have to go
Yeah,
with
you
you.
know. We
Yeah.
all know we want the
I
anti-Firestorm back. Guys, make sure to let us know. Hit Real Michael Chow up as well. Be sure to go chat with him on Twitter as well. Like I said, he's always with us here. Has some really great questions as well. You never let us down with a good question, Michael, so thank you for that.
Oh, yeah.
Rory, question numero dos.
All right, Justin Reese, 24. Are you guys surprised at how emotional Snart is? Bravo to Wentworth's acting.
What's his name?
Justin Reese.
Justin will be good friends.
Not surprised.
Bravo.
Not surprised at how emotional he was.
At how emotional he got.
Yeah.
I'm
Especially when he brought
I
in
was
his
a little
sister.
surprised.
Really?
Whoa,
yeah.
Because when he brought in his
That's true.
sister,
Good
and he was
point.
like, "Oh my
Yeah.
gosh!" and he said, "I'm gonna kill her over
and over again.
and over."
Rory.
He must really, really
Yeah.
hate Snart.
What?
Like,
Wouldn't you?
For real. He didn't kill him.
I would rather be dead than left on an island
remember,
to
he did-
rot and
yeah.
strangle rats.
But he knows that Rory has smarts. It's not like he's not smart at all.
Right,
so he
right.
knows he does. So otherwise, he would have killed him. That's why he left him, because he knew he would stay alive.
No.
Yeah.
Snart wanted to go back and get him once everything had been done.
And-
So
been
he knew
mellowed out,
he was
yeah.
alive. He didn't think he was gonna go crazy. He knew he would be alive and sane. That's
did he
why
know
he.
that?
That's why he.
But
because he believes
He
in his
assumed,
friend.
and when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me.
Yeah. I remember
Absolutely.
Rory wanted to take Snart back in time and kill his sister over and over again.
Yeah, that's what she was
what I said.
saying.
Yeah.
She's, I'm
So
going to
she's
kill you in
like-
front of her, and then I'm
Yeah.
going to go back
Do
and
it
kill her
big,
again. I'm
yeah.
going to go back and
That's
kill her
crazy.
again. And it's like, Rory.
But that's like serious, like
Take a step back.
deep-rooted
Yeah.
hate, like in here, like.
Well, and with that comes
Rooted.
this third question here. So we bring
nice,
it back here.
Nice.
Yeah,
Just
look,
across
there
there.
we go.
Feeling you, Rory.
And Indigo 15 Brandon.
Oh, what's up, Brandon?
Yeah,
Hello,
he's always hitting
Brandon.
us up there. He asks us, do you believe Rory can be rehabilitated, or will he continue to be a thorn in the team's side? Ooh,
Nice expression.
right.
I think he's going to get rehabilitated.
Right.
Okay, wait, but think about how long he was in Vanishing Point.
He said it was like lifetimes. Like he
Lifetimes.
said, it just
So they
continued to
have
happen.
So what is it?
lifetime.
Just like,
He
you
had
know.
lifetimes of brainwashing. All right. So how
Like I said,
how
ain't a lot of
long is it
brain to
gonna
wash.
tame? I mean, how long is it gonna take to reverse like lifetimes of
Here's a
brainwashing?
question. What if he actually got a love interest? What if someone...
Rory?
Yeah, you know, I'm just saying,
That
like...
would be some crazy.
That'd be some crazy stuff, but hey, you know, you never know. They could bring in someone and could warm his
Am I
heart
like,
up.
That's so funny.
It is quite funny that Rory's heart is made of ice and Snart's heart is starting to heat up, though, and they
Right.
contrast themselves.
So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, it'd be interesting to see Rory. I think he's going to be
I like
rehabilitated,
that.
but
I
what
like
if they
that.
bring a love interest?
Very
in
much so
But
like
how are they gonna rehabilitate him?
that? Season 2?
Exactly.
Season 2.
What's going on?
This is the answer for everything.
Yeah,
Season 2.
Just an answer for everything.
we
Just
don't have to answer that right away, guys.
was that it from Brandon?
That's it.
Brandon, thank you very much. I'm just going to follow that on real quick before we close this up. Guys, who would you...
YouTube.
I'm not... Yeah, before we go to YouTube as
Oh,
well, don't worry. Who would you like to see as other love interests come on? Because we saw Sarah leave, and we know that Sarah doesn't really have a counterpart in the team because she's torn between Cold, she's torn between Rip. Like, she doesn't have that exact other counterpart. Rory no longer has his other counterpart. With Kendra and Ray coming back in, like, there's a very odd amount of numbers. So who would we like to see partner up next?
I think we might see
that
her
we
with
haven't
Rory.
seen yet.
I think we might see her and Rory. Because remember how
Sarah and
yeah.
Rory?
Yeah, Sarah and Rory, because
Cool.
how I was saying she wants to see him be rehabilitated so that gives
She can
proof
get-
that she can be
And she even said
You know.
for herself.
right.
She said I have to
so
see
I think
it for myself.
I could see them. I can see them.
You'd
Getting
like to see them?
together.
Yeah.
No.
Sarah and Rory. I think
Really?
I could say
I can
kind of see it.
I kind of see it. It'll be quite. I still
Yeah,
want
yeah.
Captain Cold and Sarah to be together, just hands down, just forever, because they're so beautiful together and they're
Right.
just wonderful. But guys, make sure you let us know who you think. Who would you like to see either come onto the show? Who would you like to see gain a love interest, gain a partner, gain a relationship? Coupler, like the other half kind of thing. Feel free to let us know using the hashtag.
Oh, there we go.
We communicated that in the break a little bit, so we kind of cheated, but we got it right that time. Guys, thank you very much for joining us today. Have I got anything else, Tatiana? Rory? Oh, I got to sit at the WonderCon panel this weekend with DC Legends of Tomorrow. I was just about to close it up, but I'm going to say that real quick. It was absolutely awesome. I've got a bunch of little nitpicky notes and stuff that I'm going to tweet out. I'm going to let you guys know how my experience was. And I got to see Franz, Katy. Is it Katy or Katie?
Katie.
It is Katie,
Katie,
isn't it?
Katie.
Yeah, C-A-I-T-Y. It's a pretty impressive way of doing it. I've never seen that one before. And I was about to say Kendra, Sierra, and Brandon himself. And there was a bunch of awesome questions that they got answered. And did you know, apparently the Waverider is actually massive.
Really?
Apparently it's really big on the inside.
Really?
Yeah, there's no outside. It's no, like, there's no shell of it. It's just a big inside created space for them.
I wonder
they
if it's
just,
as
like,
big as
turn
the
it,
Enterprise. That's it. Or if they're...
I don't know. Have you ever been inside the Enterprise?
I have not. Well,
I have
the USS Enterprise.
in my dreams.
There you go.
And on that note, Tatiana, we're gonna leave it. Guys, thank you very much for joining us once more. And like I said, we'll be. What's up?
Oh, YouTube.
Oh, do you want to do a quick YouTube shout out?
Yeah.
Quick.
All
Go,
right.
how many we got?
Aaron Saunders. He did this he posted this
We
question
love
a
Aaron
bunch.
Saunders.
Do you guys think that Sarah's loyalty will be questioned since she gave up so quickly on the team coming back?
I'm going to say no.
Do you think Sarah's going to be questioned? Her loyalty.
Her loyalty will be questioned since she gave up so
but
quickly.
you could see the way that she changed her immediately, like the way Kendra kind of changed her and made her realise that she's the White Canary. I love that White Canary was the trigger word, by the way, didn't you? It was like, you're the White Canary, and then you could kind of see her eyes, like her pupils, you almost saw dilate a little bit as she kind of had that sense of realisation. Couple more?
Who is the kid in next week's episode? Also by Aaron Saunders.
I wonder if
The
that's Rips.
14-year-old. Right,
14-year-old.
so, no, it's not Rips, whose name escapes me. Bugger. can't remember Rip's kid's name, unfortunately. Judas?
Judas.
Jonas?
I think it's Judas.
Jonas.
I think it's Jonas.
Got it, it's Jonas.
Yeah.
But the kid next week, I read the plot somewhere. It's a 14-year-old that they have to go back in time to kill because he becomes a strong ally for Vandal Savage. So next week's episode its basis is that the team is torn because obviously I'm sure a couple of them are going to be like, yeah, let's just get rid of this 14-year-old kid so that it never happened. But then I'm sure people like Sarah, people like Kendra, people like Ray are going to be like, we're killing a 14-year-old. This isn't okay. This isn't what we were here to do. So I'm very excited to talk about that with you guys next week and with you guys at home. So like I said, from Tatiana, Rory, myself, and everybody else here at thestream.tv, have a great weekend, guys, and we'll see you next Thursday.
Bye.
See you later, legends.